called El Dragón Inteligente. Okay? So we're going to start with TPR, which is total physical response, if you haven't heard of it before. And the idea here is that you're going to be gesturing for these different words. And we're going to be using these words immediately after in a story. And so the idea is that I want for you as students to become familiar enough with these words that when we come across them in the story, you'll recognize them. It's not about that you're going to acquire these words right away. It's not about that you're going to memorize these words. You're just going to become familiar with them so that you can use them. So I have the words here. I made a little handout for you. This is how I would do this with my students. So, I'll just pass that. So we're going to go through, and what I want you to do is I want you to just write down the English as we go through these words. All right. So, do you need a regular pen?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You like that? All right. So the first one is leer.
I need a pen.
Leer libros. Here, I'll give
Thank
you.
you.
Oh,
I'm good.
okay. First one is leer libros. So what do you think leer libros means?
Read books.
To read books, yeah. So you can just write it on there next to the word leer libros, to read books. Biblioteca.
Library.
Library. Takes a while to put these slides together, but I do this for the novels that we read, so once you do it, then it's done and then you don't have to do it. So I've had the same slideshows for like 6-7 years now. Cerca de means close to. Cerca de. And then va a means he or she goes to. Or she goes to. One thing I want to point out is notice that I'm doing a lot of phrases, not just single words. And one of the things that I shared is that instead of just putting room, she could have put like on a room and put that as a phrase instead of just a single word. And then that way we would have, like when I was trying to remember that, I would have been able to refer to it. So va a, here she goes to. Está triste. What do you think it means?
Sad.
He or she's sad. Está feliz.
Crazy.
He or she is happy. I love it.
Scary picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiene, he or she has. He or she has. Tiene. So some of these you have to be really like creative with, because some of them are really hard to find an image. Yeah. I think the next one, yeah. I couldn't find an image, but I usually gesture it this way, so I use this gesture. I means there is or there are. So I'll use this. And there is or there are. And then habla.
Speaks.
He or she speaks or he or she talks. Vive en. He or she lives in. Or lives at, but I think in the story it went this lives in. Okay. All right. For total physical response, just to let you know, it was developed in the 1970s by James Asher, and it was developed to because it was like basically based on how children learn language, and so James Asher started to use this, and for a while it was like people were just doing TPR, but that obviously is not enough, yeah. But now I think it's just used more as a strategy to, for familiarizing. So the idea is that we're going to be making connections between the gestures and the words that you have on your list. So everyone stand up. And we're going to learn 5 at a time. So I'm going to start with one word, and we're going to go through the list. So the first one that we're going to learn is leer libros, which means to read books. So I can either just give you a gesture or I can ask for one, but it's pretty obvious, yeah? So everyone repite, leer libros. Okay, all right, what does it mean?
Read books.
To read books, yeah? So show me leer libros. Okay, all right. Okay, and then the next one is biblioteca. Biblioteca is a library, so what's a good gesture for biblioteca? I don't want to do that one again.
Like so many books. It's just like book.
So we could go like biblioteca, like book, yeah? Because we know, and the gestures, the nice thing about gestures, they're just throwaways. You can use them and then you could repeat them for something else later on. The idea, remember, is just familiarizing. So everyone show me biblioteca. And what's it mean? Library. Show me leer libros. Okay, biblioteca. Leer libros. What's leer libros mean? To read books. Okay, show me leer libros. Show me biblioteca. Okay, all right. Okay, next one is cerca de. Cerca de means close to. You remember the picture? Okay. All right, so repite, cerca de. Okay, what's it mean? Close to. Close to. Show me biblioteca. Show me cerca de. Show me leer libros. Biblioteca. Leer libros. Okay, cerca de. Okay, what's cerca de mean?
Close to.
Okay, show me cerca de. Biblioteca. Leer libros. Biblioteca. Cerca de. Okay, all right. Okay, next one is va-a. Va-a means he or she goes to. Va-a. Okay, you could do that, or a lot of times I'll do like, or like go, like this. But the thing if you do this is you just want to make sure that everyone knows that he or she goes to, not I go to, yeah. So this one might be better, yeah, because it's more like separate from oneself. So let's use this one. So va-a. And what's it mean? He or she goes to. Okay, show me va-a. Biblioteca. Cerca de. Va-a. Leer libros. Va-a. Leer libros. Biblioteca. What's a biblioteca?
Library.
Okay, all right. So notice I keep asking, what's this? What's this? Have you show me, but then I'll ask, what's this? Because I always want to make sure that students are connecting the word with the gesture and not just connecting the gesture with nothing. And like the actual meaning of it, you know what I mean? And you look at biblioteca. Tiene. What's tiene mean? Habla. Okay. What's it mean?
She speaks.
Okay, all right, show me vive en. And va-a. Okay. Leer libros. Okay. Cerca de. Okay. And I'll ask. You guys feel like you're ready? Yeah, I'll ask my students if you think you're ready. Okay, all right, so everybody close your eyes. Okay, we'll go through the whole list now. Starting with habla. Here she speaks. Tiene. Here she has. Está triste. Here she is sad. Cerca de. Close to. Leer libros. To read books. Vive en. Lives in. I. There is or there are. Está feliz. Here she's happy. Va-a. Here she goes to. And biblioteca. Library. All right, open your eyes, tell your partner how many you got out of 10.
Wow.
Amazing. So go ahead and sit down.